black face paint or the YouthForia foundation. T, you can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle. This is jet black face paint, and this is the darkest shade of the YouthForia Date Night foundation. This is black face paint. This is the darkest shade of the YouthForia foundation.
Hey guys, welcome back to That Liminal Period. It's your girl Chun-Li Shoddy. I came across this story over the weekend and I don't know what else to call it besides racist. And I came across this video because I was binge watching Shark Tank, came across the top Asian entrepreneurs that came on Shark Tank because it is AAPI Month, or Asian American Pacific Islander Month. And so I came across YouthForia and saw that she was Chinese Vietnamese background, found her company very interesting and tried to do a follow-up. And ironically, there is something going on with YouthForia right now, and I don't understand why there's not more people talking about it. This situation is so messed up, and I don't know what else to call it besides racist. Low-key maybe, I don't know. You guys let me know, okay? So if you have founded her business based on inclusivity and making sure that she had products that would be fitting for women of all complexion, with all skin tones and of all shades. And so it's very ironic that the very issue that she's dealing with right now is the fact that she has introduced black face paint as foundation for black women. Anyways, I want to share a couple snippets of her background just so you guys can get a little understanding of her business.
And YouthForia, don't want to mess up the name of the company, in 2021, she wanted to invent makeup good enough for your skin that you can sleep in it.
Say what?
Huh? That's what I say too. Nate, say what? Now her products are sold in Ulta and JCPenney. Thank you very much, in stores across the country. The brand gained popularity on TikTok for its blush oil that changes colors to match your skin tone.
So it changes with your melanin in your skin, or whatever it is in your skin.
The way that I like to think about it is that if you have a range of skin tones, this is just a little bit of pink. So if you're not going to interact with any undertones or anything like that, it will come through as the shade that's just most perfect for when you have like a natural flush.
And so something that other makeups don't do?
So in the blush category, typically what you've seen is just a solid color. But where it's difficult for a consumer is at matching the right undertone or making sure that it's the right shade.
This is really cool.
So based on those two segments, it definitely sounds like she understands a little bit about complexion and how everyone's skin tone is multidimensional. Not so much. So a few months ago, YouthForia did come out with their foundation, which was also supposed to be used as a skincare. It was marketed that you could use it at night and wake up with better complexion, with less blemishes, and with a wider range of colors. As you can see, it does have a few dark shades. However, that is very different than the products that the women actually received. And I think that is a major problem for a lot of businesses when you're not truly advertising the products that you're selling.
This is the darkest shade. This is the alleged shade here in the room with us. This keeps happening because tone inclusivity is not something these beauty companies are worried about. They do not care. The next foundation we're trying is the YouthForia Date Night Foundation that is literally going viral on TikTok, and apparently you can sleep in it. Let's see if it's tone inclusive. I'm using the darkest shade of $4.95, and this is what this product looks like online. But somehow these are the same color, right? One pump. This is the darkest shade of the YouthForia Date Night Foundation.
And honestly, I don't even care about inclusivity because there's different makeup companies that prioritize different complexions or different skin types or different formulas or whatever, right? But the issue is that YouthForia advertises and markets itself as an inclusive company, as well as have these shades online that don't actually represent the products that the women are receiving, that the consumers are receiving.
I feel like I've been lied to so bad. This is what this shade looks like online, and this is what this shade looks like on the model. As we can see here, somebody is lying. There is no way these are the same two shades. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do we see each other? Raw bish. In 2023, for you to be lying about your shades online and this to be your darkest shade, you know, maybe we should take a step back. Let's really, as a whole, as a company, as a beauty industry in itself, sit down and be like, hey, I have some questions. Like, yeah, you could sleep in this foundation, Pookie, but it's not tone inclusive. For this to be your darkest shade in 2023?
So after Gloria's video did go viral, Sophia responded back and said that they're still working on expanding their color ranges and put out a public apology.
We're going to extend our shades of foundation on the day that I launched our foundation. In a Lure article dated back in September, I told them at our launch event that I planned on extending the shades soon. After launching my fair share of flops, it's always my intention to launch this as a proof of concept, see if people even liked the base formula, figure out if the entire project is such a flop that we have to start over and everything that we've ordered just goes into landfill, or we can kind of extend and expand. So working on shades and shade development, I've actually been working on some of this before we launched the foundation. But I always wanted to make sure that I left some room where I can actually take direct feedback. I love it when you guys send me feedback, especially videos, visuals. It's just super helpful for me. All of that ends up going into a really big document. Then it goes back to the lab. Then we do a lot of in-person shade development to make any other adjustments. So additional shades are coming. There's something that I've been actively working on before we launched our foundation. Shade development does take time. Sometimes there's some nuances with time of the year that we are developing shades. So for example, summer shades look different than winter shades, especially if you're someone who changes undertones as you get a little bit more tan. These are all kind of things that we're working through.
So I think the fucked up part is that even after acknowledging that they fell short, and saying that they were going back into the lab so that they can experiment with more and leaving room for growth, I think the product that they have released, the black foundation, like the literal black foundation, I think is just completely inexcusable. It took you how much time to go into the lab in order to produce black paint?
I'm gonna squeeze a pump of this on my forehead just right out the bottle so you guys can see that I'm literally not joking. We're gonna do a big blend of this, you guys. When we say that we want you guys to make shades for us, we don't mean to go to the lab and ask for minstrel show black. What we mean is to take the browns that you have made, create undertones, what you need to do in the lab so it's a darker shade of brown.
I wanted y'all to see something first before folks start gaslighting her and other black creators in the comments. So this is one of YouthForia's latest foundations. If you look here at the bottom of the ingredient list, you'll notice 3 different colors. Stay with me now. The CI stands for color index, and it basically represents titanium white, red, and yellow iron oxides. Pretty much the only colors you need to make a lighter shade of foundation. But then if we look at their darkest shade, the ingredient list tells a different story. Here there's only one pigment, CI77499, which is just black iron oxide. No other colorants. This foundation literally only has pure black pigment. Here's a close-up if you missed it the first time. And before folks say, oh, maybe it's meant as a mixing pigment, that makes no sense. Anyone who's ever taken an art class will tell you that black is a terrible pigment to mix with because it just makes things gray and muddy.
So this is the YouthForia website right here. And as you can see in the ingredient list, you do see that CI color index 77499. And if you just Google that, like literally just Google that, it's black iron oxide, just like they said. See, so sometimes you do learn a thing or two on TikTok. I know in America, we talk a lot about race. We say people are white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. But no one is black. No one is pure black. We all have undertones. We have shades. We have complexity within our skin tones. So for you as a company, as a makeup company, to have chemists, to have shade developers, to be able to put out a one-dimensional black foundation, I think it is a slap in the face to all women, to all people. I think it's absolutely appalling. And I don't know, like, maybe I'm just getting so much more upset and angry because, like, I don't want it to be like an immigrant to immigrant thing or anything, but how dare you come to America and with the opportunity that you have here in this country, provide such a product to its people? How dare you? And I think it's completely disgusting. And for all those news channels that had her come on the channel for AAPI Month years in the past to congratulate her for her Shark Tank deal, or to congratulate her or to put spotlight on her company, I think it is time for them to also call out this product, because what the fuck is it? What is that? There literally is no explanation for that. And if you guys do have one, please do share it in the comment section down below. I enjoyed this conversation. I hope you guys did too. And I look forward to speaking again with you guys next time. Bye.